back to the channel, and this news is surfacing everywhere, and I'm getting tired of seeing everybody bringing up From Software and Elden Ring, Sony buying From Soft, like the most clickbait titles you can possibly find. This has nothing to do with From Software. This has nothing to do with Miyazaki, with Elden Ring, with Bloodborne. Sony's buying Kadokawa because Kadokawa has anime. They have anime streaming services. They have hella anime IPs under their belt. They got manga services. Kadokawa owns all of those. And who else is taking all of the anime in streaming? Who's taking over all of it? Sony is. They bought Aniplex. They got Funimation. They bought fucking Crunchyroll. Sony's monopolizing anime. This is an anime move for Sony. This is a multimedia anime move for Sony. For manga, for anime, for streaming. This is exactly what the fuck Sony is doing with Kadokawa. Will From Software be caught in the crosshairs? I mean, the crossfire, I guess. You can say, like, okay, this does affect them slightly. Adjacent. They take adjacent damage. They not taking full damage. Kadokawa is, like, Sony's monopolizing anime. Japan is about to be... Anime is about to be... Sony has been ruining anime since they bought Funimation, when they had Aniplex, when they bought Crunchyroll. They've been ruining anime for the whole world. They've been ruining anime. Kadokawa's booming with anime right now. You see their stock is rising fast. Sony stock is plummeting. It's been plummeting ever since Microsoft bought Activision. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about this deal and how it has nothing to do with fucking Elden Ring. It has nothing to do with From Software. For some reason, everybody want to mention them when they talk about this deal. And like, this deal is not about gaming. Will Sony get From Software? Yes, they will. But that's it. That is it. Is Sony going to ruin FromSoft? Maybe. They ruined a whole lot of people. They ruined Insomniac. They ruined Bungie. I mean, Bungie ruined themselves, but Sony helped them ruin themselves. You know what I mean. But was Sony really going there and ruin From Software? Probably. Because From Software is one of those teams that literally go make what they want to make. They're not out here just making Elden Ring 2. No, Miyazaki doesn't work like that. We've seen him go from Dark Souls to Sekiro. He made fucking Bloodborne for Sony. He went to go make fucking Elden Ring. He made Armored Core. And for people who don't really know is Miyazaki only made money with fucking with Sekiro and with Elden Ring. Bloodborne didn't make any fucking money. No matter how many of these people say, oh, I want Bloodborne remastered, nobody bought fucking Bloodborne. Nobody bought Bloodborne. Bloodborne didn't make any fucking money. Armored Core didn't make any fucking money. So those two things, no matter how many people talk about it on the internet, nobody bought that shit. Nobody bought that shit. PlayStation knows nobody bought that shit. So everybody online talking about, oh, Bloodborne remastered, I want that so bad. Nobody bought it. Nobody bought the original one. Why the fuck would they remaster it? So them getting From Software wouldn't be for fucking Bloodborne. It wouldn't be for Bloodborne. Bloodborne didn't sell well. So why the hell would they remake it? It's so crazy that people talk about that. Miyazaki don't really make money because nobody bought Armored Core. Everybody bought Elden Ring. 25 million plus people bought Elden Ring. More people bought Elden Ring's DLC than fucking Armored Core. And that was the game after Elden Ring. So it's not like From Software is out here just dropping banger after banger after banger. They're just making all this money. That's why it's not about them. Because Sony's not going to make money with From Software. They have a dedicated fan base. They definitely do. But they're not releasing big blockbuster games all the fucking time. And you can't force Miyazaki to just make blockbuster games all the fucking time. He's going to make what he wants. And if Sony tries to change that, how long do you think From Software is going to last under Sony's umbrella? Before nobody's going to be there. If Miyazaki walks away from Software, nobody's buying a From Software game ever again. That's exactly how it's probably going to go. And Sony doesn't want that. Sony doesn't want that. So, they're going to let them, From Software, go do what you do. They lost all this money with fucking Bungie. They can definitely lose money with From Software. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to ruin From Soft. But monopolizing the anime, they're going to ruin anime for everybody. Sony's taking over the anime industry real fast. But I mean, it only really affects the Japanese market for sure. Because everybody else is like kind of consume anime. But Japan is where anime comes from. So Sony's gonna fucking ruin anime for sure. Streaming, manga, they're monopolizing all of it. That's all they're doing. This has nothing to do with PlayStation and the game inside of Sony. No, this is about media. This is about Sony Media and them wanting to take more control over the anime. That's all they're doing. And the manga, they're just taking all of it and they're wrapping it all up. Because Crunchyroll is so fucking bad. And it only got worse when Sony took over. Oh, it's so sad, bro. It is so sad. That's why Netflix is the only person fighting back against Sony taking all the anime IP. Kadokawa have a lot of good anime IP over there too. And Sony's snatching that shit to right up. They're trying to snatch that shit right up. But yeah, I'm done with all the clickbait headlines about fucking FromSoft, Elden Ring. No, Kadokawa is a big ass anime company, and Sony wants that. And they cost just as much as Bungie did. Maybe a little bit less than what Bungie did. So Sony definitely has some money to waste. They wasted it on Bungie. They can definitely waste it on Kadokawa. And they're gonna get a whole lot of anime IP from it. Will Miyazaki come with it? Definitely. But like this is not about to affect any bottom line. This is not about the changing. This is not what Microsoft did with Activision Blizzard. Don't even compare the two. Don't even compare the two. Because the whole world was scared of Activision Blizzard for one reason only. Because Microsoft could have monopolized the fuck out of Activision. And everybody like, oh, it would have been dumb for them to take that loss. But they could afford that loss. Microsoft could have afforded that loss. That was so scary. That's why the FTC was on their ass so hard. Microsoft could afford to lose all that money and monopolize the fuck out of Activision. They chose not to. They chose the money over monopolization. Sony, on the other hand, can't afford to lose too much money on this. They already did with Bungie. They can't afford to do it again. So let's stop talking about that. But this might be happening. This is all early news, early talks. They do that shit. The same thing with like Tencent and fucking Ubisoft. Like it was early talks when everybody was reporting on it. Now that shit kind of died down. If anything ever comes along, I'm gonna be on that shit. So make sure that like button, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.